Assalamualaikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. I hope you had a good day. My name is Muhammad Alif. I am a student in College University and English student to be exact. And I am now in class 2B. In this video, I would like to present my PowerPoint as the last examination test of language material the evaluation development that given by Mrs. Rita Apollonia for this semester. This is my summary of materials I learned after mid-exam. So without wasting more time, let's get to it. Firstly, the 7th grade junior high school English textbook. In this book, there are 11 chapters. Chapter 1. In this chapter, student will be able to greet, thank, take leave, and apologize to people. As example, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, friend. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Take leave. Goodbye, mom. See you later. Take care. Good night, mom. Have a nice dream. And last, I am sorry. This chapter is good to make students learn about basic daily language so they will get used to it. Chapter 2. What is your name? In this chapter, students are expected to be able to introduce about themselves and others. As example, hi, my name is Alif. I am from Indonesia. I like fried rice. This is my sibling, Ipin. He comes from Nigeria. He likes rainbow. Chapter 3. In this chapter, students are expected to be able to know about names of the days, time, names of the dates, names of the months, and names of years. This chapter is good to make students memorize times. Chapter 4. In this chapter, students are expected to be able to tell about their personal identity, their family members' identity, identity of people they know. Example, my name is Alif. I am a student in College University. I am taking English course. This is my father, Raihan. He works at police department. He is my friend's cousin, Leo. He good with dancing. He lives in Pontianak. Chapter 5. In this chapter, students are expected to be able to count things, count animals, and name public places. As example, 1 spoon, 9 marbles, 20 cars. To count animals, 2 calves, 3 kittens. To name public places, that is mega mall, that is bus station. Let's go to train station. This chapter is good for learning how to count and name things. Chapter 6. In this chapter, students are expected to be able to identify the meaning of a song or lyrics and identify rhyming words and name singular and plural nouns. This chapter is good to make students really understand what kind of music they hear. Chapter 7. In this chapter, students are expected to be able to name things or animal in the classroom, school, or home. As example, this is my classroom. This is whiteboard. This is eraser. This is our school's dog. This is my cat. To name things in their bag. I have pen in my bag. I have ruler in my bag. I have book. I have sharpener. To name parts of the house. This is our living room. This is our kitchen. And this is my bedroom. This chapter is a good method to memorize things. Chapter 8. In this chapter, students are expected to be able describing people and animals. Like, she is very kind. She's so beautiful. He is very smart and nice looking guy. He is very fat. They are cute. The cat has fur. The fish has scales. Shark has sharp teeth. Lions is dangerous. This chapter is good to make student describes things. Chapter 9. In this chapter, students are expected to be able to talk about what people do and where they do the activity and what things are for. As example, talk about what people do. My father is a pilot. My mother is a home cook. My sister is a stewardess. Where they do the activity, he works everywhere across the country. She has a restaurant. She works on airplane. What things are for? Snake bites, bird fly, cat meow. This chapter is good to make students introduce things better. Chapter 10. In this chapter, students are expected to be able to make instructions. As example, open the door, put your shoes on rack, turn on the heater. Make short notices. Stay away from here. Don't feed the lions. Do not swim. Do not smoking in this area. And last, make warnings or cautions. No smoking, no hands, do not enter. This chapter is good to make students aware with their surrounding. Chapter 11 and the last chapter in this book. In this chapter, students are expected to be able to describe and tell about people and animals. Example, my father is a pilot. He is handsome and clever. My cat's name is Moeza. He is so adorable and very active. And describe and tell about things. My house is all right in size. I have a big space of bedroom. This chapter is the best method to practice describing things more specific. Overall opinion. This book really good for teaching students basic language that use in our everyday life so they can practice more and hopefully be a better English speaker. All right, now we move on to 11th grade senior high school English textbook. There are 8 chapters and 1 additional section at the last page. Chapter 1. In this chapter, students are expected to be able applying social function structure, text structure, and linguistic elements of spoken and written transactional interaction text involving the act of giving and asking for more information related to suggestions and offers that are in accordance with the context of their use. And also compose short and simple text about giving correct and appropriate suggestions and offers. Chapter 2, students are expected to be able applying social functions, text structure, and linguistic elements of spoken and written transactional interaction text that involve the act of giving and asking for information related to opinion and thoughts that are in accordance with the context of their use. And also compose text orally and writing, also short and simple about giving correct and appropriate opinions and thoughts. Chapter 3. Students are expected to be able distinguishing social functions, text structure, and linguistic elements of several spatial texts in the form of official invitations related to school and workplace activities. Capturing contextual meaning related to social function, text structure, and linguistic elements orally and in writing. And also compose special text orally and in writing, also short and simple in the form of invitations according to the context of use. Chapter 4, students are expected to be able distinguishing social functions, text structures, and linguistic elements of several analytical exposition text orally and in writing with actual issues and according to the context. Capturing contextual meaning related to social functions, text structure, and linguistic elements orally and in writing related to actual issues. And also compose analytical exposition text related to actual issues with appropriate context. Chapter 5. Students are expected to be able distinguishing social functions, text structures, and linguistic elements of several spatial texts in the form of personal letters by giving and receiving information related to activities of themselves and those around them in accordance with the context of its use. Capturing contextual meaning related to social function, text structure, and linguistic elements in writing. And also compose a special text in the form of a personal letter orally and in writing, taking into account the context. Chapter 6. Applying social functions, text structure, and linguistic elements of spoken and written transactional interaction text that involve the act of giving and asking for information related to causal relationships in accordance with the context of their use. And also compose spoken and written transactional interaction text about casual relationship with appropriate context. Chapter 7. Students are expected to be able interpreting social functions and linguistic elements of song lyrics related to adolescent life in high school and capture the contextual meaning of the lyrics of the song. Chapter 8. applying social function, text structure, and linguistic elements of spoken and written transactional interaction text involving the act of giving and asking for more information related to circumstances, actions, activities, and events without need to mention the perpetrators in scientific text in accordance with the context of their use. Composed spoken and written transactional interaction text involving the act of giving and asking for information related to circumstances, actions, activities, and events with appropriate context. And finally, capture the contextual meaning of the text. And finally, there is enrichment section, or the final chapter. Basically, this section is just a follow-up exercise from the previous materials in this book. It is aimed to measure the progress of students in learning from the beginning of the semester to the end. Overall opinion. This book is great for taking English to the next level. Students will be able to understand text and language as well as what elements are contained in a sentence. Now we have come to the end of presentation. This is all that I can deliver to you guys. Sorry for the mistakes in conveying and explaining the material. I will try to do my best in future. Thank you for this semester. Thank you for Mrs. Rita. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you everyone. Bye.